All right, it is Friday. We are here in Atlanta. This is the Vintage Modern Factory. My name is Cho. I am the founder and CEO, and I'm going to walk you through our factory and show you how we build these beautiful, fully modernized classic vehicles. They are not old cars. They are not restorations. We used to do those, but they didn't drive well. And then we did Restomod, and it was definitely better, but this right here, we went from good to better to best. Fully modernized classic, no old car problems, drives like a modern truck, luxury on par with your Bentley, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, big claim, and I'll show you how we actually do it. And if you're interested in any of these trucks, some of them are for sale, you can text or call our team. I'm going to show you behind the scenes and all the people. This is a 900 plus hour handcrafted vehicle, meaning that all of it is done by real people right here in Atlanta. And you're going to get to see how we go from this modern car chassis, 2025, 2026, all the safety features, all the technology, all of the luxury, to this right here. And this is going to be my favorite type of live broadcast. Hey Tyler, how are you? We got our team over here. Hey guys, how's it going? We'll start from the beginning here. It's the people behind the scenes that allow us to do what it is we do. And I'm going to show you. It all starts with this right here. So this is our foundation. This is our platform. Modern technology, modern reliability. And it has crumple zones, it has side impact beams, it has traction control, it has anti-lock brakes, it's got backup camera, it has roll sensor, it has stability control, and the number one thing from safety features perspective, you get 6 airbags. So how do we transform this platform, this chassis, this foundation into a fully modernized classic? And it's really our people, process, and parts. So this is chassis upfitting, where we do the upgrades like our Fox coilover suspension, a ton of sound dampening. So you can see the amount of sound dampening that we use here is pretty excessive, and we want it to be as luxurious as possible. So we partner with best-in-class companies like Fox. Fox was gracious enough to have us in their R&D lab with our engineers, where we tuned the suspension specifically for our modern classic, which doesn't exist anywhere. And the reason why is because we stamped our own steel body panels. Actual steel, American made, brand new, in Detroit, not overseas, not fiberglass. And it is an absolute massive undertaking to do this. Why we did it is because the body panels, for what it is we wanted to build, they don't exist. Reason being, old cars like old Broncos, old Defenders, old Land Cruisers, they're very, very narrow, they're very, very short, and they're small. So if you look at the evolution of cars over the last 50 years, they got bigger, they got wider, they got longer. And what that means for you is that they drive better today and they're safer. And so because those body panels didn't exist, we went out and created our own classic inspired. This is our version and interpretation of what the perfect, fully modernized classic car will look like in today's world. And so you have no rust, you have perfect lines and gaps, and it's our team working hard behind the scenes with not eyeballing things or doing it by memory and feel, but actual measurements and specifications down to the millimeter. And that is how we're able to get the level of craftsmanship and fit and finish that we do. All of it measured, all of it data driven, down to the millimeter. So this is our team right here, working behind the scenes, making this happen. They are artists and craftsmen that we have blended science and math to ensure that we have a repeatable process. And these guys, they do a phenomenal job. Most of it's all behind the scenes. You can't really appreciate it unless you know what went into it. But when we say 900 hours, we're talking about handcrafted, meticulous, passion-driven artists behind the scenes. They do a phenomenal job. And by the way, you get a show quality paint job. Show quality means if you took it to a car show, like an actual car show, where they judge and nitpick your paint and your lines and your gaps, it will meet or exceed the expectations. So before I get to this, let me show you what happens. So we take our body, which has all brand new steel panels. This is actual real steel, stamped, and we own the tooling as well. And the reason why we did it in the US, because it's far more expensive than doing it overseas, is that we wanted to control our own supply chain. And we're building a classic vehicle that was inspired by trucks of the past that were made in the US, so why not use American-made steel? And when you touch it and you close it, you will feel every bit of that American-made steel. And controlling your own supply chain matters too, because on-time delivery is a big, big deal to us. It's a big deal to our customers. So when we're doing lots of presents for birthdays, anniversaries, graduation, IPO, M&A, and or just because, people care about on-time delivery. And in building and construction, it's very, very rare to be on time. And for a vehicle, especially when it's a toy, dream car, fun luxury purchase, you don't want to have to wait. So let's go down here and I'll show you what happens. So we have our own paint facility, incredible craftsmen and women. And what you get is this right here. So you go from that steel to a show quality paint job. At this point, perfect lines and gaps, all inspected, all recorded, all data driven to ensure quality. And you cannot inspect for quality at the end. It is too late. If you're trying to check at the end if you did it right, it is too late. It doesn't matter what you're building. Cars, homes, planes, boats, anything. You have to inspect for quality. You have to build quality into the product and then inspect it at every single stage. I'm going to show you the level of detail that we get into, and all of this is real. None of this is marketing. Our marketing is just the real facts and objective truth about how we do the things we do, who's behind it, and the way we stand behind the product. So every single step in the entire process is going to be broken out into SOPs. SOPs stands for Standard Operating Procedures. And if you want your people to be able to deliver quality and perfection, you have to define very clearly what do we mean by quality and perfection. Not eyeballed, not kind of like looking at it by memory and feel, but a specification. So if that says 1.5 millimeters here, 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 and there, they don't have to guess if they're close or not. It has to be precise. And that is why all of our lines and body gaps are completely perfect, because if it isn't perfect, it won't make it out of the station. Every station has work instructions, hundreds and hundreds of steps, if not thousands. And then you have stations where we do an end-of-day quality inspection against the SOPs to ensure that's actually perfect. And if it's 99%, it's a fail. So that truck goes through inspection and it's very, very close to being perfect, but it's not 100%. It will not move forward. It's a fail. And this is where the data matters. And by the way, it came from technology. Technology, it's all about innovation, and it's all about documentation. It's all about repeatable processes. So how do you take an unscalable process, which is artists, right? Doing things with their skills and talent, and blend it with data and technology and process to get the best of both worlds. And these guys, they do a phenomenal job every single day. And it's all driven by people, people, process, and parts. Our multiplier effect is a passion. And I started this company purely out of love. And you've got guys over here who share that same passion, and they're super dedicated, and they do such a phenomenal job. And so this is Boxwood Green right here. And by the way, this is for sale. So unlisted, for sale, on the assembly line, every single option. and it will be done next week. You've got a ball glove interior, Wimbledon white on the roll bar, Boxwood green on the dash. It's going to have power steps. You're going to get teak wood back here. Has a premium stereo. Check this out right here. This right here is our own engineered solution to fit a massive 10-inch JL subwoofer into that rear quarter panel where there's no room, and then covered by really, really beautiful leather work. So this is for sale in stock. You want to buy it right now, you can reach out to our team. Text or call is the easiest way. We sell a lot of vehicles during our live broadcast. Like, you can put a deposit down, it'll be done next week, and reserve it before it goes. So this is a great one here where it has every option and you don't have to wait. So Boxwood green in the station, going to go through full inspections. There's your interior right there. And behind the scenes of the assembly line, I'll show you, is our sub-assembly team. We got Morris over here. What's going on, man? How are you? How you doing?
All right.
Good, good. What you working on?
Some tail lights.
Tail lights, okay.
Taking and putting them in the new housing.
Okay,
vintage
perfect.
housing.
All right.
Taking them out of the old housing.
Nice.
And putting them into the vintage housing.
Awesome, man. I've been busy up front, but I just wanted to say that I appreciate you, and you're doing a great job. And I always love to see the smile on your face when you're out here. And it's people like you that make this dream happen. And you got to keep up the good work and keep leading by example, Morris. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. And it's guys like Morris who care immensely about the details. The stuff you don't see is what you're actually paying for. Who's behind it, how they do it, the process, is it repeatable? And what we always say is you can't really be an employee looking for a job and a paycheck, because this is not like assembling, I don't know, refrigerators on an assembly line. This is handcrafted art. And you got guys like Jordan over here. Look at the work that he's doing. Just very meticulous little details that I think in today's world gets missed, because a lot of companies, especially in automotive, they get real big and they focus on margin and EBITDA and numbers, and we definitely obviously need to be a successful, financially stable company. But for us, the way we achieve that is through quality and on-time delivery, because for our customers at this price point, you can buy a Bentley, you can buy a Ferrari, you can buy a Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, Aston Martin. A lot of customers have all of those. And they choose us because they are confident that we will deliver on our promise. And our promise is simple: on-time delivery, perfection cosmetically, mechanically. And that seems real simple, but very, very hard to do at this level of quality and scale. And it's all backed by process and amazing people. And great vendors too, right? Because the parts, if they're not good quality, then what are you really building? So everybody from our body stamping companies to all of the parts that come on this vehicle, we either make them or we partner with companies, and they have a very high standard to live up to, which is perfection, cosmetically, on-time delivery, and stand behind the product if there's an issue. So this right here is dark jade metallic. This is station 3. You got Francois over here. What's going on, Francois?
Yeah, how's it going?
How are you, man?
Good, enjoy this metallic jade.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's beautiful.
You know what we call this color, right?
Yep.
LeBron jade.
LeBron jade.
Because
like
LeBron's is dark jade metallic.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, it's
nice.
a beautiful color, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, the metallic in it is just absolute fire. Do you know who we're building this for? You're gonna go check? You go ahead and check, and I'm gonna show off how beautiful this spec is. Ball glove leather, very cool stripe. No, this is Jack Roush's truck.
Oh, is it really?
Jack Roush, you know Roush? Yeah. Detroit legends, man. Hey, appreciate you, Francois. Thank you. So this is Jack Roush's truck. Roush Performance, amazing partner up in Detroit, and they handle performance upgrades for us like intake, exhaust, and they're a phenomenal partner, very, very well known in automotive. And hey, when you partner with the very, very best, it really is such an advantage, because you're not just throwing on parts on a vehicle. That's easy to do. Almost anyone can do it. The level of just maniacal obsession over quality and the details, and vendors that can meet our deadlines, which are extremely strict, And to be able to do it repeatedly is really, really important to us. And so shout out to Roush, great partner of ours. Shout out to Fox as well, great partner of ours. And all of the vendors that support us, couldn't do it without you. It's a team effort. And Jack, if you're watching, cannot wait for you to have this, because this truck is absolutely stunning. The specs on it are beautiful. Wimbledon white grille, and look at the paint on that. Just ridiculous, really. And the lines, the gaps, flush, all of it, absolutely perfect. Hard to do, easy to market and talk about and promise, but to actually deliver on it over and over at scale, almost impossible. And it's a team of people behind the scenes that are able to ensure that every task and every station, backed by process and quality checks, is going to allow us to meet the quality standard that we hold our team to, that our customers hold us to, and the customers pay our paycheck. And by the way, as a founder, I can tell you a little bit about me. I grew up with nothing. I grew up with no money, immigrant parents, grew up with no luxury, and we had to work for everything. We had to solve problems. We had to be really efficient and resourceful, and we don't take things for granted. And so when a customer gives you $300,000 to build a vehicle, that better be perfect, or we didn't deserve to get it in the first place. So that's a little bit of my DNA. I grew up held to a very, very high standard. I'm so glad I did. I didn't appreciate that when I was a kid, by the way, but I can definitely appreciate it now. And that trickles into the DNA of the company, because a founder in a founder-led company, which this is, the people are an extension of the founder. And I'm a car fanatic. I've personally owned over 60 cars since I was 21. And I figured out early on how to just grind and go after it and make money, and I went and bought cars. So Ferrari, Lamborghini, Aston Martin, McLaren, AMG, I've had it all. And all of this started when I bought an old Bronco, 1970 old Bronco, and that thing broke down, leaked everywhere, had tons of problems. Brakes were scary, steering was loose, and made my entire house smell like gas every time I started it up. And my wife was like, you gotta get rid of this thing. And my wife was really the inspiration behind the company, because I had spoiled her with all these nice cars over time. And so when I bought old cars, not just Broncos, but like old Defenders, old Land Cruisers, I just loved old cars, but I didn't love the problems. And so I basically asked myself, why can't the car just look classic, but have no problems, drive like my Range Rover G-wagon, give me luxury that I'm used to, especially at this price point, and have safety features, because my kids were young at the time. And even if they weren't young, you want to make sure that you give yourself the highest odds of survival in an accident. And at the time, that wasn't available. And so we went from fixing that old truck to dabbling in restoration to evolving to modern restoration, because the market demanded more modern, more reliable, more technology, just because we're also spoiled. Face it, it's 2026. We are all so spoiled by modern day engineering and technology. We take it for granted, but I'll tell you something. You drive a 1960s truck on a short wheelbase, lifted, narrow track width, solid axles, that nostalgia wears off very quickly. So then we moved to the fully modernized Classic, and I'll show you what that looks like over there on a modern car chassis, because then you can get the best of both worlds. What does that mean? Not only modern driving characteristics, but all the technology, all the luxury, and the number one thing you get that no classic car restoration has are modern safety features, airbags. And you have kids, you have family, you have grandkids, or you just plan on driving it, on the freeway at a normal speed. You want to know, and you want to have confidence that underneath the vehicle, the foundation, the platform, is going to be today's safety features that you don't find in a normal classic car. So we're a little bit different here. Back here, this right here, a custom paint to sample color. I believe it's Elizabeth and Greg, off the top of my head. I don't know, I don't have my notes here, but they did a paint to sample color, sage metallic, And they just did a really beautiful job speccing this out. You got a raven black roll bar. You have a custom paint color. They went with black rock for the interior with woven leather inserts, and they did a custom stripe. I'll say it again, you guys absolutely nailed the spec and could be designers. So let me know if you're looking for a side hustle. So this truck right here is going through inspection again, and will be in the final detail on Monday. So every day, every vehicle moves forward. We're extremely regimented about our schedule. We have tack times, TAKT, tack times for every single step and station in the entire process. We know exactly how long everything takes, down to the hour, down to the day, how many business days are in a month, and how many hours are in a day, and how many stations. And so when we tell our customers that this truck will deliver on X date, it's going to deliver on that date, or we'll die trying. And you got master detailers like Brian over here, who are absolute artists. And behind him is a TV screen that displays standard operating procedures even for detail. And I can tell you, I've never seen detailers with SOPs. Usually it's, hey, make it look good, right? And then everyone's definition of good is different. But again, by giving them a standard, by giving them an exact outcome, an exact spec, it really allows them to win, because we want our people to win, and our people want to win. Brian wants to win, right, Brian?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
And Jonathan wants to win, right, Jonathan?
Always.
Jay, you want to win, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Always.
sir. And if it's not just enough to want to win, you know, you can't just have drive and, you know, brute force. You have to have a process that's repeatable, and it's that process that allows people who already have the skills and the foundation to be able to deliver on time and with perfection, and they do an amazing job. So this is Boxwood green in final detail. Final inspection happens right after. Our leads from production, quality, engineering, and operations come together for final management sign-off. And once we sign that truck off, it is 100% perfect cosmetically, mechanically. It is ready to ship. And in our findings, not only in final inspection, but at every single station along the way, we record everything by build, by day, by time, by person, and that allows us to then publish a score. And that score will come out Monday morning, every single business day, and our team will know that if it wasn't 100% perfect coming into final detail at any given station at any given time, we have the ability to trace back and figure out why. Was it people? Was it process? Was it parts? Regardless, we don't care. It's not about blaming people. It's about root cause analysis, figuring out what the issue is, and then making it better. And when you are obsessive over perfection and you do it over and over and over, you can get your people, your process, and your parts refined very, very quickly. And that is how we've dialed this in so that we can build to this level of standard reliably, repeatedly, and on time. Very, very difficult to do. And I say that with a smile, because I was here in the beginning, from me being the buyer to the marketer to the seller to the guy taking it apart. It's a absolute grind and a journey to have gotten to where we are. And we don't think of where we are today as success. We think of it as our pursuit of perfection, and we'll never stop making it better. And our customers who pay our paycheck, they ultimately validate whether or not we achieve that or not. And if they're not happy, we're extremely unhappy. And here's the good news, our customers are happy. So I love that. And because I didn't start the company for money, my philosophy on money is very different. Remember, I grew up with nothing. So I did this out of passion. And I believe that if you consistently deliver above your paying customers' expectations over and over, day after day, week after week, month after month, then the margin, then the EBITDA, then the revenue, all that comes. But all that is a byproduct of delivering and exceeding their expectations. So here's light jade, behind it, balloon white. I love this build, our nautical theme. I'm going to carefully open this because it's ready for pickup. Check that out. Absolute art. Schumacher, Montana wool plaid, custom Lamborghini paint color. Right behind it, midnight blue. Look how beautiful that is. Wimbledon white accents, custom stripes, ball glove interior, midnight blue, raven black grille and trim, and a worn glove interior. And this right here is one of my early purchases, 1969 Bronco, traditional restoration, massive problems. And if you drove this just even around the block, if you made it back, you would understand why, in today's standards, this is a very difficult vehicle for most people today to drive. Looks cool, but doesn't handle well. A lot of reliability issues, leaks, squeaks, rattles. Short wheelbase, 92 inches, narrow track width, and solid axles. These are all things that make this extremely different from what you are used to. And so I keep this here as a reminder for our team and myself. Last time I drove this, I was stranded on the side of Interstate 85. Never drove it again, and I was like, that's it, I'm done. So we're also spoiled, right? Here's a different orange one, but this is a significant improvement. Not because I say so, but the reason why is because of this. And this right here is a modern car chassis. By the way, just a few of our customer pre-orders in the queue, just a fraction of what we have. And the reason why is because people out there, and I know because I used to be one of them, and I'm still one of them, they always loved classic cars, but they didn't want classic car problems. So how do you solve that? Well, it isn't a restoration, and it's not even a Restomod, because we used to do those too, and they're really, really nice looking. But they're never going to drive like a modern vehicle unless underneath your foundation, your platform, is a modern vehicle. This right here is a modern vehicle. So what would you prefer to start with if driving it like a normal car, normal driving characteristics, modern reliability, not 1960s, and in the event of an accident, you would want the absolute best chance of survival, which means 2025, 2026 modern engineering. So this grabber orange truck, this is David's out in Oregon. David, I'm going to pick on you until you tell me you're not from an Oregon State Beavers fan, because I'm a Ducks fan. If you're in Oregon and you pick orange, you're probably a Beavers fan, but maybe not. So this is David's truck. Looks classic, but is a 2025 vehicle underneath. And the difference between this orange one and that orange one, it's not even close. It is a order of magnitude better, a 10x improvement. So let me explain why. Number one, your geometry. That old vehicle has 1960s geometry. 60 years plus have gone by. And therefore, this right here has 2025, 2026 geometry. So you have a 92-inch wheelbase on that truck. You got a 100.4-inch wheelbase on this truck. It's an 8-inch difference. 8 inches makes a big difference. The width is also wider, and in the front, you have independent front suspension. If you just took those three things, forget about the rest, just those three things, longer wheelbase, wider track width, independent front suspension, the driving characteristics of this vehicle are fully modernized classic versus that old 1969 Ford Bronco. It's not even close. It's not even a fair comparison. Okay, great. So now you made it drive better. Cool. Well, when almost all of your customers have kids and family and friends, safety features are a big deal. And you cannot retrofit safety features into a classic car. Believe me, it was the first question I asked. Remember, coming from Range Rover, G-wagon, Uruses, Bentleys, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, getting into an old vehicle with no safety features gave me a little bit of pause, and gave my wife a lot of pause and a big opinion about whether or not I should drive my 8-year-old and my 10-year-old around in an old car without safety features. So how do you get safety features? Well, if you can't retrofit them, you start with a modern car platform. And this vehicle, underneath it all, has crumple zones built into the frame, designed to crumple around you to protect you in the event of an accident. Big deal. Old cars don't have that. It also has Side impact beams, so if you get hit, you're definitely going to want that from the side. Old cars, they don't have that. And it has a functional roll bar. Functional meaning it's not decorative to look cool. It's actually tied into the frame, part of the design. Again, 2025, 2026 design, engineering, safety features. Then you get electronics like traction control and anti-lock brakes. Big deal if you plan on actually driving it, especially if you want to drive it in the rain. You're not driving an old car in the rain. And then you've got technology like roll sensor, stability control, and back here I'll show you rear parking sensors and backup camera. And let's take a look inside here. The number one thing that's going to give you the peace of mind for you and your family and your passengers are going to be 6 airbags. No classic car restoration in the world has airbags. You get 6 of them. So you got that one in the passenger side, driver side. You got this one right here, seat mounted for side impact, very important. I'm gonna hop in David's truck here very carefully. You have your side curtain airbag that runs all the way from your A-pillar. Think about the protection that you have as a driver from your right by your head, front airbag, seat mounted side impact airbag, and this airbag runs all the way to give you rear passenger protection as well. So there's 3 on this side and 3 on this side. Front passenger airbag right here. Curtain airbag giving you the same protection all the way down from the A-pillar to the rear. And then you've got your passenger seat mounted side impact airbag. Again, things you don't think about, not fun to talk about, but think about it. If you're gonna get in an accident, do you want 1960s design engineering and lack of safety features, or do you want today's? And that is what drove us to do this. Well, I should say it wasn't just my own desire, but it was a customer feedback in building vehicle after vehicle and having them ask you, A, can you make it drive better? Check. B, can you give it safety features? And not only do we build it on a modern car platform, engineer and design our own classic inspired body panels, we then crash tested the vehicle as well and went through FMVSS compliance, which stands for Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards. Not something an old car could ever pass. No restoration restaurant company would ever crash test their vehicle because it wouldn't pass. And they don't have airbags. So now, these are the things we thought through. Okay, as icing on the cake, can you give me luxury as well? Luxury in the form of Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, cruise control, hands-free calling, shift on the fly, 4-wheel drive, leatherwork and craftsmanship that would make your G-wagon jealous. How do I know? I've had 11 G-wagons. I'm a car fanatic, right? And don't judge me because I started with nothing. And by the way, because I started with nothing, my appreciation for customers who spend their hard-earned cash on our product, we don't take that lightly at all. And so for every transaction we do, we really feel an obligation, and that obligation is to deliver on our promise. You can see how thoughtful we were about the evolution from restoration to Restomod to a fully modernized classic. That is what we mean by fully modernized, not partially modernized, not just Bluetooth and backup camera and touch screen. Anyone can do that, but to be able to actually give someone a vehicle that meets today's safety standards and physically crash tested by the same crash test companies that are globally recognized and work with the same big OEMs of all the brands you know to ensure that for 900 hours of handcrafted art and surgery, that the vehicle is going to be something you can put your family in, drive every day in the rain, on the freeway, and you won't have to think twice about it. That's the important thing, because you're not thinking about it today. You start your car, it starts. You drive it, you're not worrying about loose steering and bad brakes and leaks and squeaks and rattles. By the way, up here, another safety feature that is only found on modern cars is going to be pre-collision assist with emergency braking. All things are hidden. These old school headlights used on lots of old classic cars, 7-inch round, but LED. All the lighting's LED too. And all the details were thought through. These are forged aluminum wheels. So if you're a wheel person, you know, HRE, those are forged aluminum wheels. It costs like 10 grand a set. Super lightweight, high quality, and comes in multiple finishes. And we talked a lot about the safety features and the technology, but I can also tell you from a customization perspective, you can really knock yourself out. There's 12 different leather colors. Within the leather colors, you have options like pleated stitching. Sorry, this is woven leather. There's tuxedo woven leather, which is like a black and white checkered pattern. There's diamond stitching, pleated stitching, and even Schumacher textiles where you can get plaid. So a lot of options. Go to vintagemodern.com. You can go in our configurator and you can see all of the options. There's a lot of them. You can change the color of the dash. You can change the color of the stitching. You can change the color of the top. You have 30 paint colors, including paint to sample. The trim is chrome, black, or Wimbledon white. And then when it comes to wheels, you have these forged aluminum wheels. They come in polished. You've got Wimbledon white here. And we have retro looking wheels that we also made. And then little customizations like body matching calipers. Just, it's all in the details. Stripes, no stripes, different color grille, black, silver, white, body matching. And the top comes in multiple colors. And then back here, of course, we engineered a drop-down tailgate, holds 500 pounds. Nice teak wood, all the little details. And this one here has the upgraded premium sound system, Focal audio. Look at the stitching on this. And then what I love are the little details. Engineered our 10-inch subwoofer to fit in there so it's hidden. And then icing on the cake, perforated leather for your speaker grill. You have a G-wagon? Go check your G-wagon right now in the garage. There's a subwoofer speaker grill over here on the left side. It's plastic for 250 grand. And it's not just Mercedes and AMG. Bentley Continental also has a plastic speaker grill. Those kinds of things surprise me because those are the very best, biggest car brands in the world. So it's the little things that we obsess over, and it tells you a lot about who we are and how we think about design and our customers and just wanting to exceed their expectations. Billet aluminum door handles, all chrome. This truck right here for sale. So again, you're looking for something now and you really don't like to wait, you could text or call our team on this live broadcast right now and purchase this. You could put a deposit down, and if you move quick, you can wire it, and you could be driving this in the next few days. Brittany blue, every option, Wimbledon white grille, chrome trim. I love these stripes right here with no red pinstripe. Ball glove, one of the more beautiful color combinations. And this one right here, pleated stitching. So instead of diamond, you have pleated. Automatic, every single option, ready to ship. Someone's gonna buy this, I can tell. This is Jason from the Seahawks. He's got an important work trip, if you want to call it that, called the Super Bowl, playing on Sunday. And so I'm a Seahawks fan for the weekend. So Jason, can't wait to get this in your driveway after the game. This is Kelly's Hot Ginger Metallic. I mean, every single one of these is completely different. You can customize it the way you want, or you can grab one of our builds in progress. If you text or call our team, they'll give you all the information, live person, walk you through your questions. We also take trades and also offer financing as well. So this truck right here is the Whisper Pink. That is the ultimate Valentine's Day gift. Valentine's Day is next Saturday. If you're looking for the absolute ultimate gift that nobody else has, well, this is it right here. And it is for sale, in stock, ready for immediate delivery. So check out our website, vintagemodern.com, and you can go to our Instagram page if you want to DM instead, and text or call. Our team is standing by. No time's too late. We also are on during the weekends as well. And what do we have here? This right here is one of our vintage G-wagon chassis built on a G63 AMG donor. So imagine, instead of a 1960s old, rusty, outdated, no safety features platform, your platform is a $250,000 car. That's what this is. So G63 AMG, and we transform it into a fully modernized classic with the same standard that we do for our modern classic trucks. So a lot of action here. This is one of our facilities. It's Friday, 1:30. Our team has worked extremely hard. They met all of their deadlines and goals. We are on track. And thank God the snow and ice has moved out, because in Atlanta, we just don't handle it well here. And if you look at the faces of our team members, you can see, what's going on, guys? You can just see the passion and the intensity. And again, when you build a handcrafted product, the people matter a lot. And there's your rose pink G-wagon here going through some upgrades and fine-tuning. So reach out to our team. We can help you. I'll end on this matte gray frozen graphite truck that's pre-owned, low miles. Someone should buy this. You want a more modern finish with the paint, blacked out trim, and really, really nice truck. This is for sale, super low miles. I think it's under 1,000 miles. And you can grab this on that live right now and purchase it. So text or call us. There are a lot of unlisted builds that we can tell you about that are either in progress or pre-owned, and or we can do a custom build. So, and then I'll just give you a little rollout shot here. This is one of our trucks going out for test miles. Midnight blue. Can you imagine working here? We call this work. It's not a bad place to be, but it's really the people that make all the difference. Hey man, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. So they're going out for test miles, and this truck after test miles on Monday will be in the inspection tunnel to be inspected once again. Arcadian blue, that's sold. Beautiful spec. This is Wally's truck. Wally, if you're watching, cannot wait for you to get this. Absolutely beautiful pickup there. And yeah, so we're just working hard, having fun, and going after it every day. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Text or call our team. We're always on and on standby, and would love to make your dreams come true. I just want to give a shout out to our team. Amazing people, amazing mission. Our vendors who do a phenomenal job. And thank you to our customers who believe in us and for giving us the opportunity. We don't take that obligation lightly. So have a wonderful weekend. I'll be down in Miami with GT Silver. If you see me, give me a honk. And we'll see you guys really, really soon. And thank